Legacy writ large across the walls of the Palestinian Museum near Ramallah in the occupied West Bank. This is the work of Gaza's artists gathered in, what's left of it, a stock-taking of sorts, given what little remains of Gaza itself. The buzz of a drone runs on a loop through the exhibition, along with video images of the war and piles of debris the length of the floor. But the art, according to Majda Darwish, a videographer at the museum, isn't necessarily tethered to the conflict or by it.
Not all of these are just paintings about the occupation or about the violence being done to them. It's also about the beauty that they see or the beauty that they want to see or experiences they might have had.
The paintings of 120 artists are on display. 5 have been killed in the war, their names marked with a black band. Heba Zakut was killed in an Israeli airstrike in October with 2 of her children, her signature style distinctive. Many of the artists are amongst the vast number of displaced inside Gaza, including Basil El-Malkousi, whose application of color used to be his hallmark. Since the start of the war, he uses only charcoal, and by choice.
The war has changed us all completely, not only artistically.
El-Malkousi is now living in a tent in southern Gaza with his family. When he does find colored paint not easy, he uses it to teach children in the camp, to remind them they are children.
They're carrying stress much older than their years. Children are in the streets picking firewood to cook. Children are going from place to find water.
12-year-old Elaine Al-Ajla says the painting helps her forget the bad stuff. We love to paint together, she says, not everyone by themselves. El-Malkousi says the loss of Palestinian cultural heritage is devastating, from libraries and museums to ancient mosques. He says there isn't a single cultural institution left standing in Gaza, including the contemporary art studio called Shababik that he and others founded more than a decade ago. It was destroyed, he says, during the Israeli military's second siege of the nearby Al-Shifa hospital in Gaza City in March.
In the building, there were a large number of paintings and works by artists of different generations from inside and outside Gaza. It's gone. It's all under the rubble.
Including much of his own work. Even what he sketches today is at risk. The spray he uses to set the charcoal to stop it from blurring, hard to find. Hairspray, an occasional substitute, and finding it secondary to feeding his family, who've already been displaced twice. It's not a word he likes.
From the beginning, I didn't like the word displaced person because we are still in Gaza. We're still in our country.
And the West Bank exhibition has become one of its guardians, preserving not just the artist's paintings, but the layers of memory and insight contained within them. Margaret Evans, CBC News, near Ramallah in the occupied West Bank.